The undefeated Sinnoh champion Cynthia has finally been defeated by her very own Ashy boy. It took 15 years, but as they all say, the mighty always falls. The mighty always falls. Cynthia has suffered her first ever defeat in the anime in 15 years, despite being in a lead 5-3 and 2-1. This battle was one of the greatest that I ever saw. The Masters tournament definitely has had some redemption after this. You all know that in the last Pokemon video, I told about a line. I told this line.
Hang on, I know that Ash vs Cynthia is gonna be way better, but
And it looks like the writers have really listened to me. Oh, enough for the humor, now let's get straight into the video. So moving on to the battle, Cynthia had an early lead with a Spiritomb, single-handedly taking down Ash's first 3 Pokemon, Dragonite, Gengar, and including his Pikachu too, because Cynthia knew Pikachu's threat, all that 110 million volt Thunderbolt, and although Spiritomb sacrificed itself, Cynthia's switching strategy was really cool, hustling Satoshi, judges, and even the audience. The counter shield strategy by Ash was also a nice recall to the Diamond and Pearl saga, and I am really glad this move didn't fall off unlike this Volt Tackle. As for Dragonite, it begins to feel like Dragonite is the Gudra in the Journey series. Hell, even Gengar did better against Spiritomb. Ash in a tight spot of bother already lost half of his team inside the first episode. In the next episode, Ash used Dracovish, who gave it absolutely its best against Roserade despite being poisoned. It finally gained a crucial victory in this semi-final, and probably a game-changing one. In the next battle, even in a poison status, although Dracovish lost against Milotic, but it definitely dealt some crucial hits to Milotic too, which paved the way for his next Pokemon Sirfetch'd to defeat Milotic. And not to forget that it also destroyed the Stealth by Garchomp. Cynthia's switching strategies continued in the next episode. Now on to the Sirfetch'd battle. Sirfetch'd battle was another great one. It definitely got some redemption back. Sirfetch'd defeated Milotic and even brought Cynthia's ace Garchomp to her knees. Yes, the same Pokemon who was undefeated for 15 years, who barely struggled against any opponents, even with super effective disadvantages. It was brought down to its knees. Sadly, Sirfetch'd lost the battle, but it definitely dealt a very critical hit to Garchomp. And I really loved how Sirfetch'd did not fall down despite losing. That's the perfect attitude of a battler. Now Ash down to his last Pokemon. Yes, down to his last Pokemon, while Cynthia still had 2 remaining. His Lucario, who had to defeat both of Cynthia's Pokemon and won with the Dynamax strategy. Cynthia just did the unexpected and Dynamaxed her Togekiss. We all really thought that Cynthia would Mega Evolve for Garchomp in the final battle to face a Mega Lucario, but let's get used to this. Never trust the writers, ending this second. And this episode was phenomenal. It looks like the writers are finally listening to their Pokefans. And now the third and final episode, Dynamax Togekiss versus Mega Lucario. It was long, but definitely worth it. I loved how Togekiss, despite taking multiple super effective hits, which even ended its Dynamax mode, but it was still quick as hell to dodge Lucario's attacks. A champion's Pokemon are never to be underestimated. Even though Lucario took way too heavy damage, but it finally took down Togekiss with its bounce phenomenon, which even Greninja felt from miles away. And now the climax, both trainers down to their one Pokemon. 15 years we waited for this. 15 years, and it was definitely worth it. The battle really lived up to its hype. I have no complaints regarding this battle, to be honest. Even though Lucario and Garchomp both were exhausted from their earlier battles, but Lucario actually hadn't taken a break, and like Garchomp, it was still worn out. The Dragon Claw and the clashes and the last silence, this scene. Even though most of us knew the result of the battle already, such was this battle's hype that this kept us waiting on the edge of our seats. A phenomenal ending to a historic battle. I love this scene. I love this scene where you have Lucario. I love this scene. This battle definitely makes my top 5 list. I can watch this battle like 100 times and still not get bored. I know Cynthia's fans will be upset, but there's always something good even in terrible days. Look at this, Cynthia fans. Your hero is not retiring. Cynthia is not retiring. Yes, she changed her mind, and Cynthia is gonna continue battling in the future. This is a huge relief for Cynthia's fan base. And as for this battle, Lucario is definitely a hero, but let's not forget Sirfetch'd's crucial hit on Garchomp, which helped Lucario defeat her. And with that, we have reached the climax of the Masters Age. The final of a finalist, Ash vs Leon, the most awaited 6-on-6 battle, and yet again, I guarantee we are in for another phenomenal battle. Only if Ash wins or even ties this battle. I don't want to consider it a great battle if Ash loses it. So with this, I think I have given the review of this. I have given the whole review, and let us hope that Ash wins the final battle. So check your yourself, guys, and I'll see you the next time. So guys.